Righty. Hello everybody. We are streaming. Sorry I'm late today. I've had a weird one today and I couldn't get to it until now. And even now I have some stuff to do, and I've got shopping coming, so when the dogs kick off, you'll know why I run off. So that'll be why. But today we're doing vocals for our track that we've been working on over the last few days. I haven't done anything in between streams, so we're literally just going to play this through one time so that we can hear how it goes. And yeah, then we're going to work on some vocals. We'll find some samples that work well and we'll chop them up and process them, and this probably will just be a couple of hours, I think. So let's see how we get on here. Right. Well, first off, we're going to have a little listen through, okay? I love that little bit there. Okay, well, I think we get the point of it. So we're going to be using Splice to go through some samples here. We're going to be using samples that I've already got. I've already looked, and in this key I have nearly 100 samples just for vocals. Like, I have thousands upon thousands of samples through Splice, so I haven't paid my Splice bill, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to use some of the samples that I've got. Bear in mind that I wrote music for like 2 years before Stone Records, or nearly 3 years before Stone Records, and thank you, Liquid Duckling. I appreciate that. So I have thousands of samples, so we're just going to use what I've got. So in my tools, I've got my Splice bridge here. If you don't know what that is, that links your Splice, which is your sample library, to your DAW here, and it will put your samples in the right BPM and stuff like that. So I've got my Splice open, and as you can see, I have got my vocals and F minor, that's the key we're in here, and I've already got 86 odd samples, so I'm just going to go through some. We're going to loop a little bit of this. We're going to go through some, see if we hear anything that sounds interesting that we can sample or cut out or whatever. we're just going to go through some and see if we can find something to start working with. Yeah, I know that it's you. Thank you for telling me though. Right, yeah, we're looping a little bit here. And we're going to just start playing with some vocals.
Jump high, jump in, I'm waiting to begin. Jump high, jump in, let's swim. High, jump in, I'm waiting to begin. And cloudy has no from the sky, come over and we'll swim. Jump high, jump in, I'm waiting to begin. Jump high, you can be 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 high.
Okay. Well, first off, I just heard a great sample there that I'd love to use. I'm only going to use it really briefly. I'm actually just going to use it in the just before we come into things like right here, right? So with vocal samples, make sure you put it in Complex Pro, otherwise you'll get weird blippies. Yeah, and what you want to do is, if you know the BPM of your sample, you make sure warp's on, hit Pro, and then you put the BPM of your sample in here. And my keyboard's broken, as you can see. It's just gonna continuously do fucking shit like that. And now this will be warped and in time. So if we pull this up here, it's going to be really loud, but we'll listen anyway. Yeah, if that makes sense. So let's first off find a good volume for it. That's probably good. We're going to need to do a little bit of processing to make it mix in nicer. So, of course, always start with an EQ. Not only does it help you see what you're working with, but it's the most important, really. You want to tidy up your sample as best you can first before you then feed that into other plugins. Otherwise, you're putting a reverb on sub, which you then later cut out. So you're just wasting CPU at that point. So, of course, like always, we're going to cut out the sub information. So it's right there. And then there's not a lot going on back here, so I'm actually going to put a cut here as well, which again, I do this to around 7,000 hertz, and I do that because that's going to allow our hi-hats to really stand through. Not that there's any hi-hats in this area, but as you can hear, taking that part out really didn't change it at all. As you know, I've come accustomed to putting a spectral node on here in the middle, just to over the whole sample, and it just pulls out resonant frequencies, which is like harsh frequencies. As you can see there, that's way too much, but something like that. Again, it's just little things. That part I find the hardest. Some fuck up samples a lot, then I have to start again. Yeah, you need to just have access to a really good sample library, or at least good sample packs, if I understand what you're saying, probably, because I'm lost on what you're answering me to or talking to me to. Right, yesterday we found, and I'm gonna have to find it again now, but we found a really sick fucking reverb mod that I wanted to play with. Before I put this on, actually, I just want to add a bit of interest to this sample, make it our own kind of thing. So we will grab out a trance gate. We're going to put this on here, and I'm going to change it to 16 resolutions. And I'm not sure about this. What I like about this is we can roll the dice and choose a bunch of different ones. So we might have a little listen. Let's loop this. Okay, it just adds a bit of texture to it. Oh, we'll turn the mix up right the way as well. Speed it up. Okay, if we also put this on. Okay, if we go to automation here, and we're just going to automate the mix up from, say, like, I don't know, 40% up to 100 over the sample. So that is here, and this is how much the effect is mixed into the actual sample. So it comes up, and then we're going to have a little look through Comet. I haven't had a good look through all the presets yet, so we're going to keep looking at that. And we've got some pretty fucking huge reverbs here, but I'm going to go medium because I actually want to be able to hear it. So let's have a little listen through them. If we just extend our loop a bit, we're going to hear the reverb tail as well, right? Okay, that sounds pretty good. So if we hit the dry wet, this is the same as mix on our transient shaper. And what we're going to do is do something very similar and just have it kind of a really steep curve, so it gets really large right at the end, right? Yeah, something like that. Let's listen in context. Okay, we're going to turn it up. Something just quite simple like that. Let's give it a bit of a fade in as well. I like it. Okay, so we'll freeze and flatten this track here. And I'll keep remembering to check my phone and making sure the shopping's not come yet. Oh. Driver headed in my direction. Okay. You're going to have to give me 2 seconds while I pick up my shopping, but he's not quite there yet. Alright, so there's our sample all kind of rendered out. We're going to cut it like that. And I'm just going to... have to deal with my constant barrage of shitty keyboard. Ugh, what is going on now? I have no clue what is happening here. What happened to my little... There he is. Bloody keyboard, honestly. Right, we'll consolidate that. And I'm keeping an eye on where this shopping man is. Okay, he's right outside my house. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, I'm back, guys. Guys and gals. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna open this. Man needs nicotine, you know? Fuck's sake, how do I get into this fucking thing? It's impenetrable. Okay, no. Like a printer cartridge, that does. Right. My day has not been very fucking easy today. It's gone on and on and on. What's that? Yes, yes, you have delivered my shopping. Well done, sir. What do? Do I take this off? I assume so. Cool, this is weird. It's got like a willy. I need instructions. Okay, I have to pull this up. There we go. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. No, it's not backward. It's just some e-cigarette from the shop. But as I need nicotine. Whoosh. Sound. That'll do, yeah. Right. There's our little sample. Let's listen into some greater context here. Okay, nice. We're going to put that. Yeah, we're going to put it basically on all our little breaks that we've pretty much got. I don't think we'll put it at the end of that. We'll have it there, and then there's like a bunch of them here, right? So if you like that sound later on, then you get some later. to hear it again. So let's have a little listen here. I assume this is fine. I'm not sure about it. So I think because there's like a little lead thing that I've left in there, I'm going to take this one out, which means that we have a little bit of space in between them. It's not used a ton, but it's a nice little thing there. We'll call it a little vocal transition. Yeah, I'm surprised my keyboard let me fucking type that out. All right, next up, we're going to just keep going through splice now, basically. I'm just going to loop I'm just going to loop this part, the second drop. Anybody watching hears something that you think is cool, let me know. I like this one, but I don't know about it yet. We'll put it in and just see if we can fit it in on one of our little breakdowns or something. Oh, I like that. Well, I'm just taking out samples that I enjoy. We're going to chop them up. Wow. Is that a bit cheesy? That's nice. Right, I got some more. Yeah, I thought cheesy was good too. I don't know. Listen to it again. I'm gonna get it out. You're right. It is dope. I think at the end it says R word. That would be amazing. Let's listen again. There. Things I wanna do. I used this sample in an old song, but I think it deserves a revival. We're starting to get quite a few samples here. Probably definitely enough to get working with, but we don't have to use them all.
Is our love supposed to work out when I can feel the breakdown? You are my antidote, my antidote.
Telling you, man, vocals bring this song alive. Yeah, we'll put our own processing on a lot of them, dude. It's almost better to get a sample without processing so you can do your own. But like, I've used that recently, I think. I agree. A lot of this is atmosphere as well. We'll build it. We'll build layers. Also, we might not use all these samples or all of the samples. We'll probably chop it quite a bit. It's just finding things that sounds good. I pulled out cheesy anyway. I think we're gonna go with that. But with only 84 samples, we may as well check them out.
In my head,
I love going through samples.
and it tells me in my head. I wish I could go back to the start, breaking my. Apart. people coming to dance, girl.
Tonight,
I never told you.
us, babe. I love the way you. I love the way you did. You always jump.
This is from our first stream, this sample. Works better with this song. Getting to the end here, guys.
You saved me, my hands is up.
Okay. We got through all the samples and we pulled out a bunch here. First things first, I'm going to give them all their own little lane. And we're just going to go one by one, basically. And yeah, just figure out what to do with them. The ones that I've copied off this pink layer should have copied... Well, I didn't actually, but we'll do that in a minute. So we're going to pull this down. First thing first, we're going to process each sample, and then we're going to build like a chop out of all of them, basically just trying to fit them in where we can. If not, we'll get rid of them, but we'll see. And yeah, and then we shall build like kind of like a almost like a melody with it. I know that I quite want to use, I believe it's this one here, right? I think this is the one. It's not that one. I need to have a look. One of these is our cheesy one. I can't remember which one. Maybe this one. Yeah, it's this one, right? It's funny, it sounds pretty good just all mumbled up like that. Anyway, we found the one that is our main vocal. So we're going to have this. We'll chop it up a bit because I don't like it where it says R word at the end there. I don't think that's necessary. Make sure we go on to Complex Pro. So we'll work on this one now. And then we'll come back to the other ones here. Let's go up here and we're going to just... I'm thinking I'll steal the effects, but we froze them, so we can't do that. So let's go here. EQ. Cutting out the sub information. Doing a spectral band just to take out harsh frequencies. Okay, so I don't think we need that, do we? So I think we can just do this. So we used that one in our last song. I do like it though, that's why I've used it. But so there's one. We'll let's go ahead and let's get our Vox's bloody keyboard, honestly. It's a compressor for vocals. So we're gonna grab this And I think what I'll do is I'll just loop it a bit. So this compression, we're not needing too much. It's not a whole bunch of peaks, but there's a couple that we can bring down. So I'm just going to, and it will also make it sound a bit thicker. So let's do that. This, loop this. Another vocal plugin from Waves. Mixing, so we've added some reverb, some delay. Okay, I think we can have a little through some of these, see what they do. We've got wider, obviously. Super mode will do. Oh, so this is a filter, right? Oh, okay, so this is maybe for making build-ups. Well, that's something we can definitely play with in the future. Manipulator does what? Well, I mean, I think we need to bring Barry to life, don't we? I think Barry definitely needs to know. Well, obviously we had to bring Barry to life, but now Barry and this other lady's got something going on. Ooh. That sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? I think what you have to do is pull the wet down a bit. I think that is kind of mental, but we can probably do a better job with a different plugin here. So let's go little old boy. And let's, so I think the pitch was down to 12 and then the formant was 6 for that. So let's copy those across to here. I just think it'll do a bit of a better job. Like that. but it's quite dirty, isn't it? Let's see. There we go. So there's quite a loud S on the man. So we'll get rid of that, like that sound. So we'll get a de-esser. Get rid of that. De-esser, we'll put that here as well before the EQ. Okay, so a little bit of that, and then we're going to put some lovely reverb on it. We'll go back in here and use this nice Comet. Oh, I've already got one up on there, but we'll use this one first. So Comet, let's go for, well, in fact, let's try and build our own, shall we? All reverbs kind of work the same, so you should be able to figure it out. Let's bring the size all the way up. The delay, don't know. We'll do it with our ears. Turn our wet all the way up as well, and we'll just listen. Okay, I think we need to do another EQ at the end here because we just added in a bunch of craziness. Actually, if we go into Comet, oh, we've just copied everything over. Okay, that's not great. If we go into Comet, actually, we may be able to EQ it. I'm assuming it's this low damp, is it? I'm assuming. Put that all the way up. Yeah, so the EQ, so the reverb's kind of like high pitched. Nice. Listen. Okay, let's listen to it in context, but also with some louder ones. We'll pull these up to the top of our stack, and then we can mute all of this for now. We're just going to listen to this just in context a bit. We probably need to chop it up quite a lot. Okay, so I think that's all well and good. Like it, happy with that. Let's delete a whole bunch of them because we just was using it for listening purposes. Let's also delete them. Right, I'm going to link these two so that we affect them at the same time. And I actually want to cut some of this out so we can chop other stuff in as well, right? So So I think we'll cut out this last repeat on the things we want to do. So now we have. Okay, that's too far. That says things, so right there. Okay, so we have a little chop there of this, which I think sounds good. Let's turn on this one and see what this is.
When I feel out of hope, you hold on to me very close and reassure me that everything will be okay. As we fall through the atmosphere, I feel as though I have no fear, because when I feel
There was a few nice bits of this.
As we flow through the atmosphere, I feel as though
Like that there.
I feel as the atmosphere through the atmosphere. The atmosphere. The atmosphere. The atmosphere. The atmosphere. I feel
Okay.
the atmosphere. I feel as though I have no.
Okay. So now we have a little.
The atmosphere. I feel as though I have no fear.
How is that? Oh, I was just cutting the whole fucking wrong track out right there, wasn't I? What was I doing? Deary me, it's this one up here I'm supposed to be doing. So no wonder I was fucking confused the whole way through. Right, here we go.
As we flow through the atmosphere, I feel
Okay. Bloody
fear. I feel
honestly.
the atmosphere. The atmosphere. 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 I feel as though I have no atmosphere.
Okay, so we've cut this little atmosphere drama out. We're going to give it a little bit of a fade either side. And then I'm going to steal some of the processing off the things from above here. So we're going to take we're going to go on the top one here. I'm going to take all of them and we'll just edit it up to our needs. So let's first off listen here.
Atmosphere. 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 Atmosphere.
I'm a bit more radio-y.
Atmosphere.
I'm not taking too much of that out.
Atmosphere.
A little bit more.
Atmosphere.
That sounds fine, and this actually sounds pretty good. I think we'll get it a bit more. Let's see, what have we got that's large? Yeah, okay, let's do that, and let's put it back a bit. Yeah, cool. So, okay, yeah, we only have that on, so. Come on now. Oh, we've doubled up. So pull that in. If we consolidate that, it will make it a lot easier to copy over in the right place. That's still not fast enough, though, is it? Okay, so I think for the first one, it needs to be a bit that behind. So. Okay, let's do that. Okay, what we got here? Again, we might not use all this. This in. What I've got here. Cool, that's loud. Okay, let's maybe do a bit on the second drop here. We've got quite a lot going on in that first one, so we can create a second section that we go into. Let's have a little listen. It goes. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm alright with that. Okay, we've got something there working, cooking up. What is this? Pull that back. Let's. There we go. Well, let's just see how it fits in with this as it is. For now, we'll say okay. We're running out of samples here, and I am kind of filling up with stuff, so that's good. Okay, I was thinking this one here would just make a good thing that goes underneath everything else. Let me know what you think. Why don't we pre-shadow this sample because it's kind of powerful. We'll just put a couple in back here just to like pre-shadow it a bit. Okay, so mainly the one thing I'm not liking at the minute is the thing that says atmosphere, but we'll see what we can do.
Won't change me
forgot. I gotta make sure I'm putting these on Complex Pro, because once you get them across the whole song, it's really freaking annoying if you don't do it. Like, I haven't done it here, look. Which means these, you know, you have to go and do it like this. It's fucking annoying. But it's sometimes hard to hear the problem when you've got it playing with everything else. So we'll put some side chaining on this as well, so it'll be bouncy. Okay. Yeah, let's listen here.
Won't change me. I know it gets hard, you just gotta believe. Oh.
I'm just wondering if this would make a better substitute to what we had going on up there.
Won't change me.
Too heavy of a...
Won't change.
It's processing. We're just copying it over from our other ones here. Adjusting to taste.
Won't change me.
Okay, turn it down, I think. Let's turn off atmosphere for a moment and see if this sounds better. I think this one, no, it's too weird outside of everything else. Can do that though. Okay. It makes sense to put that in this second part. Don't know if we'll use it all, but we'll see. I think we get rid of the antidote. We don't want that. We're refining ourselves now, here guys. Refining. Okay, I want to do something a little cool here. So this is our change me vocal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this middle one here, and we're going to remove the one above it. So it's on its own. We're going to come in here. First off, give it a bit more of a fade in the beginning to take off something, but we can even cut off a bit of the beginning here. So let's listen to this. Okay, then we're going to get ourselves a trance gate. I'm going to not use the new one because I don't know how to use it at the minute. We'll play with it another day, but this one I know how to use, so we'll use this one. We'll leave it on the default here, but we're going to do again mix. We're going to have it high and then on the me kind of cut out. So something like, I don't know where the me is exactly, hold on. Yeah, it's that bit, right? So, no, not. So, well, we can actually just have it on and off, I think. No, we'll do it this way. This is way it's better. This way it's better. So, we're going to do a dot there, so it's 100% here. And then we'll just do a little ramp where it's quiet here, down to nothing. So now, something like that, right? We'll pull this out a bit more. Something like this. Okay, and I'm also going to pump up the reverb a bit. Okay, we'll listen in context. So I think have this edited version here. Okay, so I've got some basic processing down. I think I'm going to freeze and flatten everything here so that we can kind of work with it a little easier and save some CPU. I'm committed to these. I don't really need to work with too much more like reverb and stuff. Like it's quite, because it's liquid, you can be quite heavy on the reverb, but you have to remember that reverb stacks. So the more you use, the more overall reverb your whole song's going to have, and it will wash it out. So we may not use any here except for a little bit when we glue these things together. So just trying to get it to a point where we're kind of happy. A lot of the work now is going to be with mixing these together to sound a cohesive vocal track. So how we're going to do that is split it into two parts. We're going to split it into main vocals and atmospheric vocals and work on those separately. And then we'll merge those two into a full vocal track for the whole song. And that shouldn't take too long. Although this is going to take a minute. It's happening slowly here, but it's happening really surely. We're getting there, guys. Don't you start growling, you. No need for it. We busy bees, you bugger. Come on, Freezer. Now it's just taking its sweet time. Hello. There we go. It's going to still take a minute. It's got to write the samples, and then we're going to do some consolidating. So there's that too. Going to make things a little easier on ourselves. Alrighty. There's a nice big mess for us to deal with it. Right, so I'm going to consolidate this small area here for this vocal transition. Like that. And that way it's on the lines much cleaner, right? It's just going to be a lot easier to move about. So it's a bit bigger. Here we have reverb tails that make sense just to kind of consolidate that bit there, cut out that, and consolidate that bit there, and cut out that. That makes that easy. This one here, I would suggest doing this, consolidating that. So, and then yeah, we can kind of copy this over to the other side when we need to. So there's that one. Hold on, yeah, it's that one. this one here, I think probably just consolidate this into one little block, copy that over because it is that anyway. Remove, oops, just remove this one in the middle, remove that. This one I would just probably just consolidate into one chunk, and I feel like we've also taken off the reverb tail there, so we're going to include that there. It's a little longer than off the grid, but the tail's probably important. We'll miss it if it's not there. We can delete that. And we've got this area here. I think probably just, oh, we didn't, I don't know, we didn't do any, well, we'll do that in a moment. So this one here, I'm just going to consolidate here and then just literally paste it across the whole thing. Sorry, I've done that twice. Something like that. Right here, probably it's easiest to just consolidate it into that and then drag that over there, delete that. This one, the same deal. Drag that there because we know it's the same. That one there. I think probably just consolidate this thing with the tail and we'll work with it as and when we need it. I'm not 100% sure what to do with it yet. Right, so we have kind of consolidated everything. It's kind of in a nice little neat package now. So we're going to try and organize things a bit here by like what's main vocals, like a main vocal, and what's a more atmospheric vocal. So for instance, this one here is definitely an atmospheric vocal, right? Whereas this one is a main vocal. This one here is an atmospheric vocal, so we'll drag that up. That's Brian and that. This one, atmospheric. This one, sorry, this one, atmospheric. Right here and right here, they're main, we know that. And this one is atmospheric. Right, so we've got those there changed. We're going to color them slightly differently, so we've got, so we can keep track. And then these ones here will color the exact same green. No, don't know, olive. There you go. Right. So now we've got that. So we haven't quite figured out, we need to try and make at least 3 variations of our vocals, right? So we've got 2 kind of really fleshed out right now. So if we listen to it through as on its own, so now we need something for kind of here. And I think there is quite a lot going in the instrumental, so we don't need to have vocals through the whole lot. And we might change the order of this, swap these 2 around or something. Or maybe have this one first. Yeah, I think we'll swap these around in just a moment, but I think this is essentially probably fine. Let's listen to it as we go into the drop 2C. Let's maybe put these on the offbeat here. So opposite to these areas. Okay, so we got kind of three pretty healthy. In fact, let's do something a little bit different as well. Let's unlink these tracks. Let's bring Barry, the deep vocal, over here. But let's copy it, sorry. Let's also grab this one. Let's turn it down a bit here. And let's copy it over. That's probably too low. It keeps the theme of the song going, even in this quieter part here. Okay, let's do a little bit of building out some of a I know what I'm trying to say, an arrangement. So we've got this choir area here that probably we will move to be on drop 1C. So we've got two heavy ones or heavier ones, more going on, then a little quieter one that's a bit more of a breakdown, and we'll go into a heavier one again. So I believe that would mean that we would put the main one with the vocal at the end here, and probably also on the second one, I want to say, because it's kind of then like a little I don't know, not a trick, but what would you call it? I don't know, like you're gonna have vocals here, so then you have a little bit with no vocals, then we go into the vocals again, then we have a quiet bit with nothing going on really, and then we have a heavy bit again, and then into the break. In this case over here, I'm just going to remove this and we'll copy from over here. I think we're going to start with the quiet a bit. I've been doing this quite a lot recently. Start with the quiet a bit and then give it two decent heavy bits to go through with variation from the first. So I say we bring the heavy bits over and we duplicate it across right the way. But then in the second part, we bring in something that isn't here. Like we could bring in those little choppy things again, and then maybe even bring in this thing here, because well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's bring in that little choppy thing here. So now we've got some variation at the end as well. So it's not mixed well at all, but I think it'll be really handy just to try and like listen to it through. So we need to try and decide on some vocals going through here. I think probably the best thing, because we have these quieter areas, maybe even this bit here, it's a quieter area. So have this starting at the beginning, and then when we get into our kick roll, we bring in those main vocals, these ones here, and maybe even we just have this going all the way, oops, oh wait, that's okay, all the way through. And then we bring in these main vocals here at the end for the kick drop. And then we'll copy that. I think, yeah, we'll copy over Deep Barry over here, copy him, but cut out the first part. So I don't know. Okay, so okay, a little bit. Yeah, so something like this for the start, and then for the breakdown, well, probably we want to kind of copy this area here for this end. We'll also need to cut back some of this stuff here, like right here. Cut this back. I think it's 2, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2. So cut this back, cut that back. We'll have to come in and put some better fades on there. And don't worry too much about it being quite a tough transition in between these samples. We'll sort that out a little later. And then for that last bit there, I mean, I want to kind of do the same as what we've got here, but with some variation to it. So maybe we do that, but we put deep voice Barry in there. And we just do that all the way along there. Oh no, wait, except for we just do that on there, like that. Barry all the way along like this. In fact, let's go take that. Leave the loud ones there and just have a little quiet one in the middle. Obviously, I don't know how this is going to hear. We'll probably change it, but for now, we'll have like this. And then for the outro, we're probably going to just copy these over here. Maybe just have deep Barry going out, and we'll just do some kind of effect as he goes out. And maybe we'll bring this in as well, just for the sake of it. Whoops. Okay, so there's like a little, I don't know, we'll decide on the way, but we're going to listen to this through and see how we get on. Needs to bring something in here. I think Deep Barry brings it home. Really don't like this second change me, so I think we're just going to use this one right here all the way along, guys, for the whole lot. I'm going to use it all the way through because it's much nicer than the original. Sounds pretty good. Alright, I am pretty fucking happy with the way that sounds. So we're just going to do some processing. We're not too far off actually being done. I mean, it's probably a little while yet, but it's not too far off. So with all this vocal atmosphere done, alrighty, and we're just going to work on this on its own at the minute. So as always, I like to get a EQ on there. We're just going to make sure it's all ship shape and in the right place. Find a busy area for this. I suppose. Oh, I don't know. This area is kind of busy here. For the time being, I'm just going to move this over one, just for the time being, just so I can kind of use it in order to listen to these all in one kind of thing here. So we have some sub information coming in there. Another cut around 7,000. Again, I'm going to take any resonant frequencies out. Okay. Let's get a compressor on there just to help glue things together. So we're using this basically to increase some of the lower frequencies and push them up a bit. Okay. I'm going to put a very small amount of just room reverb on it just to kind of glue it into the same area. I think just clear plate's probably fine. Okay. I'm going to add some movement to this with my favorite motion filter. So select LSO. Okay, something like that, but then we turn down the mix. Oh, even like a slow one like that's kind of cool. It's just a little bit of movement just for interest. Let me think now. We need to do some side chaining. Side chaining. This is gonna get this fucking ass side chained out of it. This is. Probably best to stick a very solid side chain on it for the kick and snare at the very least, because yeah, it's gonna be fucking mad otherwise. So something like this. Make sure we select our sidechain trigger. Let's listen. I have no idea why this is so fucking huge. Okay, so I assume that's fine. Let me listen. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so that's cool. That's nicely sidechained to the drum bus. We want to mix it with the instrument bus first, and then we're going to do a bit of trickery here. So I'm going to play these two on their own. I'm actually going to extend this loop out so we get better. We bring in our spectrum analyzer. We want to add to it, not overdo it, right? So we okay, and what we can do is kind of like do a bit of panning. So if we put these main, like these ones here are like just atmosphere basically. We'll put those left and right. It's going to spread them out a bit. Just listening to our instrument bars. Again, putting it here. Just gonna solo these one by one. Okay, one by one here. Okay. Is this? I'm just trying to listen to this. Okay, I hear you. So we had all of these on so far, right? Okay, that sounds about right, I think. Let's listen here. Okay, so we want to make sure that this one mixes in with everything, right? So we'll do that in a little while by mixing it here. Or maybe we'll do that on our final mix day. I haven't decided yet, but I have sidechained it to the drum bus. And I tell you what we will do a little bit of EQing with a EQ. We'll do a little bit of dynamic EQing instead to help it with the instrumental there, just layering on top of each other. Instrument bus, so they're sitting right on top of each other here. So we'll pull one back. We can also kind of see if this helps with the. It does help actually. That sounds a bit better. Okay, happy with that. Now, when it comes to these vocals here, I think what we'll do is group them, and we're just going to copy some of these effects first off, just to try and get ourselves in the right ballpark, like that. I'm also going to copy this shaper box here for the sidechain, but it can be turned way down. Does not need to be that loud. So it's got a bit of a sidechain on it. That sounds pretty good. Let's see what we're doing on the compression. A bit high. About right. Reverb, I think. Something like that sounds okay. So mixing now into these. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Bringing Fuser here. If we fuse it to the vocal atmosphere, then that will help fuse it to everything else. We'll do more fusing later. Vocal atmosphere? Yes. Okay, so this resolve some conflict. There we go. It's got a bit of a pump to it now, so we're going to pull that back a bit. Okay. That's kind of mixed. Not great. We're going to do a little bit more here, but I need to play everything, so I figure why not play everything together. We'll just do a little quick look at this. Okay, that sounds pretty good. One thing I want to do is just pull out this from any, or maybe leave that one. We'll pull out these atmospheric things from any breaks that we have at all, like we have already. Okay, let's listen to our song from the beginning. a little variation here. And we're just going to copy this little part here over and over, and that there as well. So this is from here. Okay. Listen to that again quick. You still kind of make it out there, cheeky bastard. Bloody bugger. That's not nice. Come on now. Boom like that there. Boom shakalaka boom. Okay. Okay, we also need to do the same thing over here, right? Make sure we're cutting out that little bit there, here, and here, because I could still hear Barry saying the part of the next verse. Yes. Put him there. Okay, I think that's good. Leave a little bit at the end here for a reverb tail. Let's take a quick listen again, guys. Nearly done. I'm pretty happy with that. I like the arrangement. I think it sounds nice. Slightly worried. Oops. Yeah, nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is call this vocal main, and we are going to copy both of these, duplicate them out, quickly go through, turn everything off. I don't think we've got anything going on here. I think we froze everything there, so just the buses. Boosh, boosh, kaboosh, badoosh, badoosh, and then these two get put in here. They get their colors changed. Bam. And we have these two to work with. So I think what we're going to do is just render them out, I think. That probably makes most sense. So we'll select them both. Make sure our whole song is selected. Let's export. Selected tracks only. Go here. Let's say day 4. We'll take pad out. Like that. We'll let that render. I'll give you 2 minutes to watch it render and listen to a track. alrighty, that's done. So we can pull those in. They're going to be in here somewhere. There they go. Oh, so there's our vocal atmosphere and our vocal main. These we can now delete. We've got them up there. Should we need to change our minds? So there we go. Sorry, excuse me. Let me just change this. Vocal atmosphere and main vocal. Alrighty, and I'm just going to remove the names off there because I don't like that, and remove that thing that says free software because that annoys me too. Okie dokie, we have a track coming together. We only have effects to do before we do our like mix down and master and finish the track. So the next stream will just basically be just that. It'll just be doing effects, transitional work, you know, fading things in, filtering things in and out, volume, automation, things like that. And then the following stream will do a mix down and a mastering all in one stream, I think. So let's have a listen all the way through. I'll turn my camera off and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.